Yo, let's do some working out right now. Let's go. This is going to be quite an active workout. We're going to be using a few bits of equipment, but you don't have to use equipment. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. Just going to stretch out first, get a little bit of a warm-up going to begin with. So we're just into a butterfly pose to begin with. Get in touch with your breath. Give yourself a roll. Nice and loose. Because we are going to get into a few intense exercises. Nothing too serious. If you've got a band or shorts, anything just to wrap around your foot here. I like to use a band, but you can obviously use anything you like. Clothes work well. So just put your left leg into a little bit of a nice and tucked in position. Tuck the right leg right out. And put the band around your foot and nice straight back. We're just stretching out this leg. It feels better than you think if you haven't done it before. At some point you can lower a bit, pull a little bit more, grab a little bit closer to the foot. Even work your way around your outside of your foot, inside of your foot. Wherever feels nice. Just do a little bit of a twist. I'm going to swap legs now, get the other leg stretched out. So we're going to go to a double sorry first. 2 legs there before we switch legs. It's really important to stretch before you do any kind of weighted or like physical activity where you're jumping around and using your joints a lot more. A warm up can really help your muscles here, of course. You'll feel it 2 days later otherwise. Not 1, probably 2 days later. Alright, other leg, give that one a stretch out too. Just focus on the leg muscles that you're going to be using, which is everything. Keep breathing throughout this, of course. I know it's slow to get started, but it's better to stretch out. Better to stretch out. Let me know if you're enjoying more of my active videos or more of my meditative, relaxing videos. Let me know what you're thinking, yeah? Alright, we're getting down to our back now. I'm going to stretch out the legs like this too. This one really helps as well. Just pull that leg back. Start with the knee up. I like to start with the opposite knee up and my other leg up and slowly lower the left knee down if you like. You don't have to. You can go at any range of motion here. Obviously some people are a lot less able to pull that leg up, which is where I started. Everyone starts down there, of course. Keep breathing here. You really want to circulate the oxygen to your legs. Alright, other leg going up now. So I like to keep that leg flexed on the other leg. Real pulling back. Give it a nice range of motion here, whatever feels good. We're really just trying to flex out all of our leg muscles, all of our quad, all of our hammies and our glutes. Don't want anything to be tight. Everything needs to be loosey-goosey, especially for more dynamic workouts. Alrighty. You can do it without a band, as you can see. You don't have to have a band. Cool. We are going to take it into another pose here. This is just a quick baby pose. Grab the bottom of the feet wherever feels good. Knees close, knees out. Hands in the inside I like. And just push out through your heels. Feel it right in that inner groin. And flip it over to a downward here. A little downward into a nice sunrise. Walk it out. Walk out those legs. Back up. However long, wherever feels good. And we're bringing it down now. Push up through the hips. Give your body a twist. Look at your toe quickly. And look at your other toes on the other side. Deep breath. Back up into your downward. All the way up now. We're going to go into a little bit of a forward fold. Give that back a little bit of a work. Give that neck a bit of a work. Couple of flies. Swing out those airplane arms and back down. And go into a quick lunge on the left leg. Lunge out with the left. Keep your knee up, keep your knee down. I like to keep it up. I find I get a bit more of a range of motion and a bit more of a stretch with the leg up. Alright, up again here. Really just get into that stretch in that thigh and the other leg. Same deal, stretch it out. Wherever feels good, never push it with anything. Alrighty, I think we're almost all stretched out. Jump up to the top of your mat, you should be ready to go. Ready to roll. Little 5-minute warm up. I know it takes 5 minutes, but 5 minutes of your day you won't regret 2 days later. Let's do some sets now. So we're starting with arms. I've got a few little equipments. You can use a can of beans. Get a dumbbell of your choice. You can do 3 sets of these for more of an effective kind of burn. I don't particularly enjoy sets. They get a bit repetitive, a bit boring. So I'm only going to show you one here. You do what you like. Really focusing on the bicep with these curls. We're just going to do 6 curls on each side. 6 is all I ask. Nice and slow. We don't want to burn out. We don't want to push any muscles. But you just really want to focus on the bicep here. If your elbow's clicking, you're not focusing probably enough on your muscle and mind connection. I find my elbows click a lot if I'm not concentrating. A workout can be really mindful exercise. So just 6 on each arm. Lower down to the hip and back up. Make sure you're squeezing that bicep, not your wrist. Hold it gently, not your elbow, not your shoulder. Just really using that bicep muscle. Alright, the next one we're going to go into after the curls, we call the flies. So they're going to be a little bit harder if you've got a heavier weight. Finish out them, so we're going out to the side now. And we're just going to raise up. It's like flying like a bird, but really relax the wrist here. You really want to use like your shoulder and your tris. Your triceps, so the muscle behind your bicep. Really breathe, otherwise the shoulder really struggles here. Just 10. 10, 6, whatever feels good. 6 is a nice number, just to get a little bit of a burn, especially if you're doing sets. You want to stick with a lower number. And try not to bend your elbow like I am. That's not really the best of form. You want to keep your arm out as straight as possible. I tend to have a weaker right tricep, and that's so evident when I do these types of exercises. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of tricep work. You use your other arm and your opposite leg for a bit of support. So lean on your opposite leg and get the weight in your opposite arm. And just lean there, and we're going back. We're just doing a little bit of a range of motion here, a little range from the elbow. Go for 4, go for 6, whatever feels nice. Really focus on the tricep. Wherever feels nice and comfy for that lean. Keep your back straight though, don't lean over too much. Nice, easy work. Really getting those arms nice and toned. Now this is a little bit of a fun one, the wood chops. So I'm going to swing across the body. You can use your kettlebell, but I like to just keep the dumbbell, keep it easy, keep it flowing. So you want to chop across the body. Chop across the body. You want to use your knees, you want to use your hips, but you don't want to twist too much. So you're going down with the knees, but you're keeping as straight forward as possible. Just swinging across the body. Like you're chopping wood, I suppose. This one's a nice one to get everything going. Make sure your knees aren't going over your toes here. And we're just going to swap. 10 on each side I like, yeah, or 6, wherever's good. You really feel that in your back, you feel it in your knees, you'll even feel it in your hips. Nice. So after you do these arms, you can go on to pause and do a couple more sets. I'm just going to show you my legs, but we are going to do a little bit of a stretch because it's always good to stretch in between. Give the muscles time to recognize what they've done and not push them any further than they should be. Grab a drink if you can. Alright, a little bit of a stretch here for the arms. Just lace the fingers behind your back. Give it a bit of a twist. Give yourself a bit of a shake. We'll go across the body with the arm now. Just pull across here, look the opposite way. If you're struggling to feel the stretch, just look the opposite way to your hand and relax. Cool beans, cool beans. So for the legs, I'm going to use a barbell. But you don't obviously have to. If you don't have one, you should use weights, use whatever. We're going to just do some deadlift sets and some single leg deadlift sets. I'm just going to show you the one. You can do 3, you can do 2. I like to keep it simple then. So these are really a controlled mind to muscle exercise. We don't have much on this, 2.5 on each end, nice and light. Sometimes I just use the bar because it's really about your glute muscles and your focus here. Especially for someone with knees or ankle problems, like you just want to focus on the butt muscles and pull up through your hips. Don't bend over with your back. Push out with your booty. Push out with the booty. Alright, so we're just going to go for a solid 10 here. Nice and slow, really controlled and really focusing on flexing the hips out, keeping your back nice and straight, and just using the upper thigh muscles. Squeeze when you get to the top. When you want to recognize your glutes or your muscles, it tends to help to really squeeze the muscle when you're ending that rep. Relax down. You might not feel like you're doing much really, but it does do a lot for the glutes. I tend to feel this 2 days later, no matter what. And this is why we're doing all this stretching and stuff, because these muscles might not feel like they're working, but you are adding gains every time you feel pain or any kind of stretch. That is where your muscles are flexing, your tendons are flexing, and they're wanting to grow. Just got the side view here. Your butt's going out, keeping that back in that nice natural form up to the top. Your legs just roughly shoulder width apart. Obviously helps to breathe in on the way down and exhale on the way up. You can do it the other way around if you like, of course, but I like to breathe while I do these. Almost done here, we're almost done. Cool beans. Alright, here's single leg deadlift, so I like to use a dumbbell. And your kettlebell's good too, or nothing. You can definitely do these with nothing because this is really a balancing kind of exercise. So, give myself a little bit of stretch here. Get a bit tight in those glutes, real easy, eh? Alright, so you can use same arm, same leg. You can use opposite arm, opposite leg. I really don't even know half the time what I do. It's more of a balance thing. It definitely, you're working the glute. The weight kind of just helps add a bit of resistance on the other end, I find. But they definitely work without weights, that's for sure. Do the same here. I can just go for a nice 6 here or a 10, whatever feels good. And it's the same concept, you really have to focus. Really focus. Alright. I can't even decide what I want to use. It's just about the opposite with the arm. You just want to drop the arm down as the leg comes up. Turn yourself into one of those little oil rig making things. I don't know if that's the proper term. But those things that go up and down that you used to see in old movies, and movies like There Is No Country for Old Men, you know, those kind of things. So nice and easy work here. Don't go too far down, because that's when you're starting to hurt your hips and back, lower back especially. You might feel a bit of pain through your lower back here. If you're feeling pain in the lower back, just stop or do them to a less extent. Don't go as far down. But keep breathing. Breathing will help loosen any of those tightnesses. A few more here. Give you a bit of a front view. So you want to keep it nice and inlined, of course, as possible. And watch that other knee isn't flying out to the left or out to the right. Nice one. And do some goblet squats now, or just some normal squats. Just throw some leg squats in there. I like to use the good old kettlebell for this. So nice, pretty, not wide, but wide enough stance here. And the legs are pointed out a little bit for the toes. I'm just going down through the middle. Butt's going down. Kettlebell's going to the floor. Just a nice solid 6 or so here. We're not going to burn out. Unless you want to do a few sets of that, go for it. Whatever feels good for you. Just some side leg lifts. Really easy stuff. So out to the side. You're just focusing on standing up tall through your back. Just put that weight on your hip for that extra resistance. Just going for 10. And hold it out on the last one. Give your ankle a little bit of a roll. Really pull up tall through the leg and pull back. And the other one, 10. Same concept. Really tall up through the body. Focusing on that butt, on that leg, on that calf even for this one. And we're going to do the same. We're going to hold it out at the 10. And we're just going to feel that burn. Feel the ankle. Give that a bit of a roll. Nice going. Cool. That's our arms, that's our legs. So we're going to move on to a bit of stretching in between before we jump into a little bit on the abs. Just do a couple more downwards, pointing our leg up, pointing our leg around to the side. I love this stretch. So you're pushing away from your body where the leg's coming from. So point up with the left leg and over to your right side. Keeping nice and straight through the middle though. Cool beans, cool beans. Come up into a little bit of overhead stretches here. Deep breath. Exhale. I'm going to do a couple of side leans. Coming over with the left arm. Coming over with the right arm. We're going to bring it all the way to the floor. Come around. Touch your toes here. Back up. Come into a little bit of a standard leg stretch. Nice, nice. Cool, cool. And we'll grab that weight again or something heavy to work with here. I'm going to do a little bit of ab work, so a little bit of Russians. So the feet are going to be raised and we're going to just pull that weight across throughout the middle of our body. So keeping the hips on the floor, feet up and not twisting too much. You're just moving the weight though. And hello, Lysicans. Alright, so we're just doing a couple of sets of this. Put your legs out, hold it out as well. These are really difficult as well. Might look easy, but just holding your legs up for a few seconds and drop. We'll do one more here. Hold them out. And drop. Couple more. Hold it out. And drop. And we're going to hold it out. And drop. The last exercise we're going to finish with is what I used to do at a gym back in the day, in the Surf Life Saving days. Good old hundreds. These are not easy. I don't know, they're extremely hard to do 100, but we're not going to do 100, don't worry. 100 is far too many. But you literally just lifting your toes up and flooding your hands like a fish. And that's it. You can lift your head off the ground. You want to keep your shoulders on the ground as far as you can. But you're supposed to do 100. We count in 5, 10, 30, and we're up to 50. Let's do another 20 seconds or so. Really use them abs. This is going to hurt so much, but it's so worth it, and you get so much better at it the more you do it. Your abs are going to love you for it. All of these workouts, all of these exercises, your muscles are already working on building and being better. Lovely. Cool beans. Well, that's pretty much our sets of working out. You can do those exercises, like I said, in sets of 3, sets of 2, or add some more reps if it feels like it's too easy. I never like to push my workouts too much. I'm just going to do a bit of seated breathing. Legs out wherever. I like to have my legs out and straight in front of me. Back on the wall maybe. Back up nice and straight. Just notice how you're feeling. Raise your shoulders up and drop them down. Let all that energy out. Should be feeling nice and loose. And just come into our knees now. We're just going to do a little bit of a child's pose to end this. Get down and just relax. Head on the floor. And coming up now, give the body a bit of a bang. Give the body a bit of a tap tap. Everything should be nice and loose. So good for getting through those exercises if you did. And if not, do them another day. Or do one that you saw one morning. Even if you do one every morning. The muscles will love you for it. Good job. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Lizzie's such a foot licker. Thanks. Is it all you want now? 'Cause I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know. Is it all you want?